Hi, it's Sherri from A Quilting Life, and I'm here today to talk about my September projects. I didn't get everything done that I mentioned that I was going to try to do last month when I filmed the August projects video, but I kind of got sidetracked and went a whole different direction, and I actually got a lot of things done that weren't on my list that I'm really happy about. I'm excited to share some of my progress with you, and also I have a couple things that I can let you have so that if you want to make the same thing, I've got all the information for you to do that. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I am continuing to work on my sampler spree blocks. I feel like I have more blocks than I had last time when I posted in August. I did miss a week because I had a deadline come up that I had to kind of drop everything and sew for a deadline, but I'm back on track with these, and my plan was to finish by November, but if things go well, maybe I'll get them finished up in October. So I'm continuing to work on these. I love this book. I've loved the blocks. It's just been a lot of fun. So this, I can only show you 2 rows because these are the first 2 rows, and these have been shared by now. But this is a sew along called All the Trimmings. It's a mystery wall hanging from Fat Quarter Shop. The patterns are free, and it's a row quilt. So the first row was this cute holly row, and the second row, this one just released this week. The patterns release on Tuesdays. So this is the stocking row. And there are 2 more rows. It's just a really nice size. It is 33.5 by 38.5. So you really want to join in on this one if you haven't already. It's not too late. The patterns are free. I used Red Barn Christmas by Sweetwater, but I mixed in a few other fabrics. This tree print right here and this snowflake print right here, those are from Holly's Tree Farm. That was a Sweetwater collection from a couple years ago. My binding and my backing are actually from Christmas Morning by Vanessa Gertzen. So I didn't actually realize that those fabrics coordinated with Red Barn Christmas until I had finished my wall hanging and went looking for backing and binding in my stash. So that's good to know as well. It's just a really fun quilt. I was planning on just making a row a week along with the sew along, but I started sewing and it was so cute that I just finished it up in one day and got it quilted. And so anyway, I can't show the bottom 2 rows yet, but you'll definitely want to join in on this quilt along, and I'll have a link to that page for Fat Quarter Shop. I wanted to show this as well. We did all the filming in the end of August, beginning of September for the Stitch Pink quilt along, which is coming up next month. And with my extra blocks, I made a wall hanging. So super excited about this too. You will need the original together pattern to make either the full-size quilt that we're making with the video sew along or this, but I'll have a little PDF for you that will be free. It might not be ready yet as we're airing this, but it'll be ready by the time we start the quilt along. So if you just want to make the wall hanging version, because I was super happy how it turned out as well. It'll be a great decor item for my home that can go on the wall. So I wanted to share that with you as well. This was totally not in the plan. It just came about because of filming. Okay, I mentioned some panels last month, and I didn't get any of them quilted. Actually, one is at the quilters that I showed you last month, and she's hoping to have that done soon. But I did find another pattern when I was doing some cleaning, another panel. This is a panel that is included in the, let me get the name of this fabric collection for you, the Yuletide Gatherings flannels by Primitive Gatherings. And the flannels are just beautiful in this collection. And so I had this panel quilted, and I think what I'm going to do is from here down, I'm going to make this a little wall hanging because it has all these cute little sayings. And I'm just going to trim it and put a binding on it and have this for like a wall hanging, probably in our guest bathroom. But then there were these two other sections of the panel that I wasn't sure what I was going to do with, the little Santa with the Believe and then the Merry Christmas. And I think I'm going to just cut these out and make little tiny pillows to stick in a basket for some of our Christmas decor. So that's what I'm going to do with this panel. And I will check and see if you can buy these separately. I'm not sure if they're available separately or if they just come with a fat quarter bundle of the flannels. Okay, the rest of these things are almost all made out of one fabric collection. It got kind of cool one day. Our temperatures dropped down and it felt like fall, and I got really inspired to do some fall sewing. So this first one is also going to be a wall hanging. This is a free pattern from Corey Yoder. It's actually for a large quilt, and I wasn't sure I wanted to make the whole quilt, but I decided that it would be super cute to do the 5 pumpkins and the 4 stars for a wall hanging. I am waiting on fabric for a border for this before I get it quilted. I really want to do one of the florals that come with this collection for the outer border. So I will share this with you. It'll be finished next month. As soon as I get that border fabric, I'll get it quilted. And I'll also link to Corey's free pattern. You have to go to her blog to get it. But if you want to make the full-size version, it's really cute too. Along with that fabric collection, I also used, and it is called Cozy Up. This is going to be a pillow top. And this is also a free pattern by Amy Sinibaldi from a few years ago. I've made this pattern with Christmas fabrics, Valentine's fabrics, and I decided to make it with the Cozy Up, and I was looking for a quote, and I found this one by F Scott Fitzgerald. Life starts all over again when it gets crisp in the fall. And so I embroidered that. I'm just going to show you. I used Arafloss 1246. I used 3 strands for my embroidery. And then I did do some quilting, some hand quilting in here. And for that I used Arafloss 6711. And I just used 2 strands for the quilting. And I just went in a few different places. You can actually maybe see it better on the back where I added the hand quilting. And so I will make this into a pillow top just to sit on a shelf or on a bench. I will link Amy's free pattern. It's still available. I went and printed it off to make sure it was still there. And then what I also will have for you on my blog is, if you want to do the same quote that I did, the life starts all over again when it gets crisp in the fall, F Scott Fitzgerald, I actually will have a PDF that you can download and trace. I used a light tracer table. I assembled my entire pillow, and then I just put this first line underneath the fabric, and I traced it with a Friction pen and did my stitching. And then I just kind of eyeballed it where I wanted it and put the second half of the quote over here. If you really wanted to put, I included his name. If you wanted to include that, you could fit more of the quote on the first line more and put his name, but I just kind of left it like this. But anyway, so I'll have this that you can download if you want to make the same little pillow. And next month I'll have my pillow all put together and I'll be able to show it to you. So the Cozy Up projects did not stop there. I had a fat 8th bundle and I went a little crazy. I did a little Tumbler table topper. There's actually going to be a video coming soon that you'll be able to see more, get more information, and I'm going to have a little PDF for these tumblers. So that's coming soon. If we've already posted it, I'm not sure when I'm going to have the PDF ready, but if we've already posted, I'll link it in this video, and if not, watch for it coming soon. The binding on this, interestingly enough, is from our Balboa collection. When I made all these projects with Cozy Up, the yardage was not yet available. That's why I'm still waiting on the wall hanging. But I really wanted to finish them, and I went looking through my stash, and the green in our Balboa collection is really similar to this green, and so I was able to bind it with that. So, and then I made one of, you're used to seeing these, I make a lot of mini brick road table runners. Made one of those, also bound it. The backing fabric on both of these is actually from Corey's Canning Day collection. I realized that the gray was super similar to this collection, and I had quite a bit of that on hand, so I used it to back everything. And then when I made my, third runner with this collection, I actually used it for the outer border, and I think it worked really well. I had a hard time waiting for the yardage to be available, and so I found something in my stash and it worked. And so anyway, I've got these runners to, even if it is 110 degrees outside today, I can make our home feel a little bit more like fall. And then finally, another cha-cha-cha runner. This is with Christmas morning. I have a whole bunch of people that I want to make table runners for Christmas. And last year I actually had the idea and it was too late, and I ended up making everybody pot holders. So this year I thought, if I start now and cut out a table runner a week and try to get it sewn together, by Christmas time I should be able to, even if I fall behind, I should be able to have quite a few ready to gift. So this was the first one, and I'm just going to put these all in a basket, and then when it gets closer to Christmas I can decide based on how many I got finished where they're going. So anyway, this is all Christmas morning fabric for this table runner. So that is what I'm working on, and I hope to have quite a few more Christmas table runners to share with you next month, and hopefully lots more sampler spree blocks as well. Okay, so that's it for my September projects. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will have all of the links to everything I mentioned in the description below. You will have to go to the blog to get the PDF download that I told you about. And also, I believe for the Fat Quarter Shop project that I shared, you'll have to go to their site. But I'll have links to all of that in the description below. I hope that you'll share this video with a friend and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the like button. Thanks so much for stopping by.